Hello, everybody. Still getting this set up at the same time. Give me 1 minute, but thank you anybody that's tuning in. I appreciate it. Um, got a few guests that might be popping on here with me. Um, see if I can get the first one set out. See if we can get this started up. But yeah, hope everybody's doing good. I have a feeling the topic of discussion today is going to be time travel because we got to dabble in it a little bit earlier, and it definitely brought some questions back that I wanted to talk to somebody about. So hopefully, if he's available, he's going to pop over. I think he's available now. Don't you hate when you get tobacco in your drink? Crazy problems. But yeah, so hopefully get him added on here pretty soon, and then when everybody else is available, maybe they can join in if it all goes well. But yeah, so I just popped on to a friend's live that we're going to be doing one Friday night. Who used to work for ESPN? Oh, hey, Michael.
Hey, I'm fine.
How did the conference go?
It was good. Good. Just catching up, being refreshed, reminded of certain things that I tend to forget as the week goes by, and it's always nice to be reminded of things that you probably should be aware of at all times.
Like what? Like what? Like were they important things apparently that you might be forgetting?
Well, it's not that I forget. It's just the older you get, and I'm 47 now, so um, you kind of just get into the habit of, I don't know, everyday stuff, I guess, and the things that are more important in the bigger picture can kind of be pushed out or off to the side a little bit, and that's what my conference I was at was about. Just kind of reminding me of stuff, that I need to keep more in focus. It's good. It's all good.
I was just having a conversation with somebody earlier about this. I was like, towards the end of the week, I get just so cluster brained with like
Mhm.
everything I have going on that
Mhm.
I also do the same thing where I have trouble picking priorities when I get so cluster brained, like what needs to be worried about first and what actually should be taking over your concern rather than everything all at once.
Yeah, yeah, that's a problem. That can be a problem when you get older. I guess. I mean, I guess I'm older. I'm 3 years away from 50. So I'm not really a kid anymore. Even though I still kind of feel like one, and I kind of think like a kid a lot of the time. Um, a lot of the time, but it's just stuff just comes, and you kind of have to deal with it. But you don't want to let that kind of consume you. You want to keep your focus on the bigger picture and what you what your mission is, I guess, in life, and that's what that's what my conference was all about. It's basically just kind of helping me to refocus. Um,
I mean, it's good to keep that childhood mindset too, though, because I
yeah,
feel like we were me and Andre were on here earlier talking about like the jump room program and time travel and stuff like that, and I was like, well, that's half the significance of getting these children participants in is they didn't have these preconceived notions. They still had a child's mind that is still ready to interpret things and make an assessment for what they see rather than what's already been established already.
yeah. Like I remember remembering back to when I was asked to help these guys. I didn't even know who they were. I didn't know they were from the government or anything. They just came into my school and said, "Hey, do you want to help us with something?" I was like, yeah, sure. I'm just a little kid. I don't know. I
Probably just
didn't
thinking,
know.
what can I do?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I didn't really know like what that entailed, but I had no problem with helping people, and I mean, I guess I still don't. It's just my nature, if people need help and I can help them, as long as it's not for any kind of nefarious purpose, then I'm happy to help them. That's my general nature, Um, so yeah, I was like that even back then when I was 5 and 6 years old, and they seemed like nice people. I didn't know that they were gonna teleport me to California and then teleport me to Mars and back. I had no idea about any of that stuff.
That's something that was brought up earlier that I couldn't think of it. It was it El Segundo where you guys left from?
Yeah, um, I believe it was. Yeah, it was the El Segundo building, that the famous 999 building.
Okay,
That was,
'cause I couldn't think of the number, and it was just slipping my mind at the moment. I was like, I know El Segundo standing out for me, and I knew it was a building, and I've heard Andrew talk about it. I've heard you talk about it, and yeah, I always reference that building because a lot of people seem to have similarities there with that building, and that being where they got the connection.
hmm yeah, that was the building, and I don't know what's there now. I haven't been to it since then. I haven't been to El Segundo since 1981. So I think it was 1981. I mean, I guess it could have been 1984 from the paperwork that was transcribed, relating to that experience. So obviously, maybe then there was some time travel stuff involved that I'm not really entirely aware of or remember properly. But um,
So
yeah,
is so
it's just
does that support what Michael Phillips had said, like 81 being the first year of like time travel?
I think I think he said it was like invented in 1975. Um, I don't know if that has anything to do with me because I was born at the end of 1974. Um, I don't. You have to talk to him to figure out what he means by that. But I mean, if something like time travel, if it's been invented, then it's existed at every time. So it's kind of like, where was it actually invented? I don't really know. But
Oh, hey, Zachary Kim. He said, Zachary Kim said, by the way, I'm just wondering about the car accident you got into around 10
okay,
years ago, Mr. McIntosh.
yeah, that was January 1st of 2010. I was in a van driving uh, home to our house in northeast Pennsylvania, and a drunk driver hit us. I was just a passenger, and the guy was a drunk New York City bus driver on his way to work. So it's crazy.
That's messed up.
Um, yeah, and so his car ended up flipped over upside down in a ditch on the other side of the road, and we were like pushed off to the like we were gonna turn left, and we were just pushed off to the right, and the van was totaled, and we ended up in the hospital. My friend and I.
And of course, he was probably fine because it seems like every time a drunk driver gets into an accident, their body almost goes into like a relaxed state where they get like no injuries.
I don't know. He seemed okay. I think he did end up in jail though for a while. Um,
Yeah, I could imagine.
and I was in bed for like literally 6 months. I was basically incapacitated for the better part of a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Was that from like the whiplash of the accident, or did you have any like breaks or fractures or anything?
Um, let's see. I was diagnosed with major contusion, um, consequently, I had major depression, severe PTSD, and I was just kind of physically wrecked. I mean, I had been injured before, so it brought back like old injuries. And the type of work that I had done a lot of prior to that was very physical, very physically demanding. So I had kind of just been beaten up. I mean, I used to play sports when I was younger. Like people don't know this, but I actually was like a sports guy when I was a kid.
What were your sports?
Um, I played a bunch of them. Basketball, believe it or not.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I used to like baseball a lot. When I lived in Europe, I played soccer a little bit. Um, I played when I was in Ireland. I played Irish sports like Gaelic football and hurling, which are very physically demanding sports. So I kind of like, I mean, I was a real sports freak when I was little. Before I kind of start, before I really got into music and starting bands when I was a teenager. And then I kind of just put sports.
Was
It
there a
just
reason you quit sports, or just because you were busy doing other things?
music. I mean, music kind of was like the thing. It was kind of hard to choose both. So I had to do one or the other. And I really liked doing music, so I chose to try band instead of sports. And so little did I know that would probably end up being more physically demanding than playing sports, like being in a band and traveling around and like all the stuff that you deal with.
Yeah.
Being in,
No, it's definitely a lot of time on the road. That's for sure. Both.
yeah, it can be.
Between a band and like a traveling team for sports, like you could be pretty busy traveling around.
Yeah, and then in my like late teens and early 20s, I got into doing like carpentry construction work. So from that point onward, I was kind of just doing a lot of that and doing music at the like kind of dividing. I mean, when I wasn't playing music, like touring, performing, I was you know doing carpentry work and working in the studio, like working on recording. And so it was just really physically demanding, like everything that I had done up to that point. And I had been injured a bunch of times, nothing really serious, but it kind of just brought back, like that one accident really brought back all the old injuries. So I had to really kind of change everything really because of that. And so, and that's when I started to spend a lot of time just trying to like recover from the trauma of it and figure out why I still had all these traumas and what was causing them. And that's when I really started to delve into memory regression therapy
Okay.
to kind of figure out like why was I still mentally and emotionally and otherwise kind of messed up. Because I shouldn't have been. It was all the injury, the accident it had been a while after that point. So, and that's what led me into memory, like coming across these memories. And at first, I didn't believe them at all. I mean, I still kind of struggle with accepting them because it just seems really preposterous. Frankly, at this point, still a lot of the stuff.
Which is understandable. You're still coming to
Yeah,
terms with it yourself.
yeah. But
But let
then,
me let me catch up the chat for 1 second. Zachary Kim said Alexander Smith and the man from 2082, Casper from 2075, and Adam and Slim from 4126, and others have all said that time travel was invented in 1981.
mm-hmm, okay, it's entirely possible. I have no idea. I
Yeah.
really don't know. But
And Andre said hello. he appreciated you saying hi to him earlier in the message on Facebook. He really appreciated that.
Hey, Andre, how are you?
Let's see, and then it looks like Kenny the Star Maker Bolin stopped by. All right.
Hmm.
Um, oh, that's up to Mr. Macintosh. Do you mind if Andre said he had a billion questions for you? Do you mind if he joins in?
No, of course not.
Okay. As I always like to check with a guest. Let's see here. Let me share the StreamYard, and then Andre. I knew Zachary Kim was interested too, and Zachary, if you're still interested, you're more than welcome to as well. If you have any questions, let's see here. And then I just
Maybe
shared
not.
the StreamYard link so you guys can join in.
Hmm. It's like when everything you remember is kind of, for me, everything that I remember doing the memory regression stuff was kind of in sync with what somebody else was already saying.
Hmm.
It's really kind of weird, and it's not just that I was reading what other some people have kind of said that I was just reading what other people said and like saying that this my memories were like that, but it's actually like I was remembering things and then finding out what other people had already been saying afterwards. So it wasn't like a lot of the time. So it wasn't actually just like me reading somebody's stuff and crazily thinking that that happened to me. Andy Bishago said that might have happened to me, but I mean he's wrong.
Well, so just to give you a little preference that I kind of figured out offline. So Peter Moon said something similar about Andrew Bashiago.
Hmm.
And I thought it was interesting. He's like, "Well, I knew Andrew before he was talking about his story as well."
Hmm.
And he goes, "I could make claims that Andrew, made up his story about others, but it's like anybody that has a predating story can make claims on somebody else's story. Just because they haven't brought it to surface yet doesn't mean that they don't correlate."
Yeah,
You know,
and I think that there are probably a lot of people who will have the same memories if they take the time to break break through the memory suppression. And I think for a lot of people, that's probably going to be really hard because they're just going to be so distracted from ever having the opportunity to do that. For me, it was because of an injury that I was able to actually just sit and really do that.
and
Um,
focus on it.
mm-hmm.
Hey
Because I have.
Jacob. Hey
Hi, how are you?
Michael Macintosh. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm good, thank you. Just out here and having a beer. So if I
Yeah,
start to slur my words, it's because of that.
that's good. That's good.
Don't drink too much, kids.
um
Drink responsibly, legal
yeah,
age, all that.
um yeah. I'm way too like I'm way I'm way too nervous.
Well, let me take a breath, Andre. Take a breath, and let me catch up the chat a little bit. Zachary said,
Uh,
"My friend once got into or got hit by a car while crossing the road, and he was traumatized to cross the road again." Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a significant event.
yeah. Like I'm still nervous about driving, and it's been what 11 years since I got in an accident. But like I don't like driving. I don't like being in a car. It's just I'd rather not drive. And that's how it can be, I guess. Um, I mean, I'll still drive if I have to, but I'd rather not.
Um, I was talking to I was talking to Andre about something earlier, and I was wondering if you remember this saying this with me, or if I might have had it confused. Were you
Yeah.
saying that Michael Phillips was trying to mess up, or was trying to convince people that the timeline was messed up or something, or stopping some kind of presidency?
Um, oh yeah, I was suggesting that maybe Michael Phillips was uh, kind of playing a joke in that he had said that the timeline was changed so that uh, me, Michael Macintosh, and the next president after me would never get elected, and that instead Mike Pence would be the president. Um, I think he might have been saying that to kind of like get my goat a little bit because
Trying to, do you
if
think he was
anyone,
trying to talk you out of running, or do you think he was just trying to get you fired up to run?
no, I think he was probably saying that as a kind of like, well, if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen. And so for me, it was like, I don't want Mike Pence as my president. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I don't.
I don't want Mike Pence to be the president. And I mean, I still really don't want the job. I'm not going to lie. I really don't want it. But if it means Mike Pence is not going to be the president, then I would gladly take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I believe you wholeheartedly on that. That I don't want Mike Pence to be the next president.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's a
or
warmonger and a psychopath. So even
or
Trump didn't like him.
or
So you know, so
yeah,
how good could he possibly be as a president in the future? I don't think he would be at all. I think he would lead us into more wars and not really care about the situations in our country like that need to be addressed. He would just care about the military-industrial complex and fighting more wars. So why would why would we want that? I don't think we would want that if we could avoid it.
um,
Um, so that's what I think Michael Phillips was trying to do. Was basically just trying to get me to step up a little bit and accept responsibility for the job. Um, I think, but
Just a guess, though, or are you pretty strong about that? Because I mean, it was interesting the way you brought it up before. I was like, oh, so many people bring up Michael Phillips, and I always wonder if it'd be possible for somebody to, if people are looking to these time travelers to have answers. Like, and if you look to something like APX TV and go, oh, this is doctrine. This is what's going to happen. I
mm,
mean, he could really confuse a lot of people trying to say stuff like that as well.
yeah. Well, I think if Michael Phillips is someone who knows me in the future and knows me as a person, he would definitely likely do something like that because, like, it, knowing myself, that definitely kind of lights a fire under my ass a little bit to kind of want to get going.
Yeah.
Um,
okay. Um, I
but yeah, I
I
mean, we
think
don't
I'm
need 4 years of Mike Pence. Let's be honest. We'll just have
No,
more.
thanks.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, okay, well, I think because I have been studying all this time travel stuff, and I've been watching your YouTube videos,
Mhm.
Michael Macintosh, for about like for like ever since you made your first video, and
Okay. Cool.
I I have learned so much from you,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah,
Well, that's cool. I mean, I hope I have been helpful in some way. I don't know.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm
you
really
have
doing. I'm not really doing a whole lot with the YouTube channel as much as I could because I keep getting censored.
well,
Like So
Yeah.
there's a limit to what I can actually put out there and still have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
but if it's helpful in any way, I'm glad. So
yeah. I've I've not only I've been watching your videos, but I've been watching um Jacob's live streams with you in it, so that helped helped me a lot too. Um, so so yeah, I'm
So
sorry. I'm
Andre,
just so
Did you tell? I don't know if you've gotten to talk to Michael Macintosh. I don't know if you did in the chat that one day. Did you tell him that you were planning on running for president in the future?
uh yeah in 2044
wow,
hopefully.
cool.
Um,
But
so
he's hoping you get in there and lower the age for him for
what?
running for
Yeah,
president as well.
What I will
that's
be
definitely.
I'll be 42
So you'd be old
in
enough even under the
2044.
law.
Sorry?
Yeah. So you'd be old enough even if the law never changed.
Yeah, but
But the
but
thing, yeah, I mean,
sorry?
if I end up in that job, I'm gonna definitely try to change the law as far as
Yes, yes,
how old you can
yeah.
be and do the job because
Mm.
I think it's going to solve things.
You are going to help so many humans. You're going to help so many
Yeah.
people.
Well,
Like
I kind of look at it this way. It's like, you know, I'm going to be 50 in a few years, and I think back on all the stuff that's happened to me growing up, and like because of the way the things that are problematic because of the way the system is, and
mm,
it's like, is that ever going to change? Can't we like do something about it for future generations? Like I have kids, they're young. I don't want them to grow up with these
yeah,
same things that I've had to deal with my entire life, basically.
mm,
Is that ever going to change?
You'd be so much of a break to the mold, Michael.
Yeah.
You'd be the only one like in the last few years that is not like 75 plus running for president.
Yeah, that's true. And I can still remember what it was like to be a 20 something and teenager. It wasn't that long ago to me, I mean,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
a kid. Yeah, I was a kid in the 90s, Um, so I understand still. Um, and I'm not so rich that I'm out of touch either with like things. I mean, some of these people who are trying to run the country, they're so wealthy and in the pockets of so many special interests and everything else that they really just
yeah,
don't care. It's like they're just
yeah. Like
preserving the status quo, and I'm not interested in that. I don't want my kids to grow up with that. I don't want my grandkids to grow up with that. I don't want younger people to grow up with that. And it's like, can't we just change our focus a little bit instead of being guys like Mike Pence who are going to just turn outward and turn America into the military arm of the
A
of the
secular
world?
religious military.
Yeah, can we just change our focus a bit into actually doing something to help people in our country for a change? I mean,
mm,
even I mean, what Biden bucks and Trump bailouts, is that the best we can do? I don't think so. I think we could do a lot better.
hey,
Um,
you're the man for the job.
yeah. Well,
You know. Um, and like what all these time travelers been saying that you you're going to release um the technology of time travel and the existence of to disclose um all of the
Yeah.
aliens because I've seen I've seen UFOs, I've seen aliens themselves, I've seen the
Hmm.
the the tall white aliens. They're like the humanoid.
Yeah.
They have the skin color is as white as a piece of paper, and in the little tall, no sorry, the little gray aliens. I seen them like actually like on front of me
Hmm.
before. Like they're not. I don't like them.
Yeah.
But the tall white aliens, they are because they are humanoid. I
Yep.
they are much more easier to talk to. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I agree with you. I know what you're talking about, and yeah. I mean, the smaller ones are basically just like little kids, you know.
Are those the ones
yeah,
that picked you up, Michael?
yeah,
Were they the
Yeah.
smaller
Um,
version?
those are the first ones I encountered. Yeah. When I was 5 or 6. I can't remember exactly what age I was actually. It was so long ago. Um, but around then,
yeah.
and yeah, those were small white ones, and they were in a craft that was like a like a flying saucer type vehicle. It sounds corny, but that's what they were in, and
Yeah, I seen them. Like I know what you're talking about. Bloody hell.
and it was like I was like beamed up from where I was into the craft, and they were there, and they could speak with me, but there was no sound. It was all telepathic,
Yeah,
and it was like talking to other little kids, basically. But, yeah.
mm,
Zachary
yeah,
Kim
like
wanted me to let you know he had compared Michael Macintosh not being the president of the United States in 2024 and Darth Vader not burning on the fire.
Darth Vader.
Darth
Yeah,
Vader.
That would change the timeline so much. He compared it to Darth Vader.
Or you comparing me to Darth Vader? Is that what it is?
We're gonna go to the dark side if you don't run, Michael.
Okay.
yeah. I think the
And
whole. Sorry.
Darth Vader was in the end a good guy.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
He started out an okay guy.
Yeah.
He started out right,
Yeah,
and
he was a good
yeah,
racer. I'll give him that much.
he was the chosen one.
Yep.
So,
Michael, you're the chosen one.
wow, that's a
Yeah,
horrible thought,
yeah,
but
the chosen one.
He said, "I don't know about that
Michael
thought."
James
sometimes
McIntyre.
sometimes people
Yeah,
are chosen for certain things, and they just can't avoid it. It's like you can be the only person who can actually do something, and you might not want to do it, but if you don't do it, nobody else will. And
mm,
so you have to be the person to do it, even though you don't want to. That's kind of like sometimes the way life is.
yeah. Oh, well, I guess it's it's almost 2022. So let's
Mm,
talk about that 10.2 magnitude.
10
That's good.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not
California.
in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, my
because
buddy, a buddy of mine who's lived in LA since the 90s, is actually selling his house.
really, selling
Yeah,
his house because of the 10.2.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't asked him why, but um,
Damn.
maybe he knows something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was
It's like,
telling Andre earlier today that they just dropped something on Marfugal News that they're talking about a significant natural disaster is
hey
going to
guys, I'll
happen
be
relatively soon.
right back.
Yeah,
Okay. And yeah, no, he was telling people to get like bug out kits, like be ready to up and leave. I couldn't imagine trying to get out of California when everybody else was trying to get out,
yeah,
and with New
it,
York or anywhere else big like that.
yeah. It would be kind of scary. Um, I do have a place in California, but it's way up north. It's almost in Oregon, basically. Um, so if I were there, which I'm not there, but if I were,
I love
it
it.
wouldn't be a problem anyway. But go down south to Los Angeles, it's like I don't want to spend too much time there in the next few years. Let's put it that way.
Ah, man, we
Yeah,
were talking about Yosemite too. I'm like, gosh, if that ever goes off, pretty
Hmm.
much all the way to the Midwest is pretty much fucked.
Yep,
There is no middle ground of okay there.
I have a place right near that too. Strangely, I have a place in southwest Wyoming.
yeah.
So
He'll be set. Sorry.
if that ever goes off, I hope not to be there either. So
Yeah, yeah.
that would be,
When the oh, when the 10.2 magnitude earthquake happened, it completely
yeah,
destroys California. Man, it'd be sad because I I used to live in California in San Francisco, so
yeah.
yeah, it'd be
I
sad.
have a place north of that in Modoc County. Do you know Modoc County at all? It's
I don't.
It sounds familiar.
It's right next to Oregon. It's the very uh, northwestern. No, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, northeastern county of California. It's where the Redwood National Park is, Redwood Forest.
Mm,
It's got one of the biggest national parks in the entire country, the entire world. The tallest trees in the world. But
I did.
that's basically my backyard.
That's where the redwoods are.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry, kidding.
Sorry,
So,
guys.
speaking of Henry the Green Engine, I remember I said Michael McIntosh suited Thomas the Choo Choo Train. He was
Sorry,
making
guys.
similarities to the Thomas the Train cartoon, and some of the
Oh,
guests that
okay.
had
Yeah,
the leader of the pack.
I like Thomas. I used to watch that when I was a little kid sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
Thomas the Tank Engine. Um, I had a DVD here of Thomas, but I don't know where it got to. I think I packed it away. Oh well.
CMG, everybody's talking about it's a predicted event in 2022. I I don't know if it's possible or not. I don't know if it's something that will happen or not. Either way, but I do know that a lot of people are talking about it and they've been speculating on it.
Yeah, if that happens, then I mean that's a lot more evidence. I think that Michael Phillips was telling the truth.
Yes.
I mean
Uh,
that's just gonna prove it right there to people because he told this. I mean, he told us about this what 2, 3, 4 years ago now. I'm not even sure what the date on that is, but um, so that happens, then
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
You're saying what area are they perceiving that it's going to happen in California at the
yeah,
fault lines or
yeah. Los Angeles would be hit by a 10.2 earthquake that would
10.2?
basically
Okay.
that would basically sink the city,
You
not
know what?
like 10
Sorry.
feet further below sea level, like further below ground level. the level that it's at, and that people would have to move out because of flooding or something.
Do you know when is it exactly going to happen,
I have no idea.
Mr. Macintosh?
I have no idea. That wasn't me who said that, and I have no knowledge of that happening at all. So I'll
Michael
be just
Phillips should Michael Phillips should have told you
yeah,
when
I
like
should have. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
um,
Um,
I guess
I
maybe I'm
remember.
not supposed to know, you know.
eh,
So,
Um,
but I'd be just as surprised as you.
yeah. Um,
You know, if that really happens, I'd be as freaked out as
like
you probably
wow,
be.
like 10.2.
Yep.
But like yeah,
And
CMG
I
I
hope
remember.
I would.
San Andreas Fault or the Pacific Northwest?
I have no idea.
I
I would
don't
assume
know.
it's the San Andreas, but I mean the Pacific Northwest fault is a lot bigger, I think. And then there's the Cascadia subduction zone, I think it's called. That's closer to where my place, but um,
And Zachary Kim said there was also a man from 2082 and 2022 prediction of land on Mars, and Daryl Dean mentioned that the government will provide all food for
mm,
free to the
Yeah,
citizens. I'm assuming that'd be good.
yeah,
Be
I
nice if we
remember.
could actually feed the people we have on this planet.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's good. Mr.
stuff
Macintosh.
like that.
So
Vitamin C, just gummies.
um,
No, they're just little pills, you know.
Nice.
Um, they taste like orange,
uh,
and I have a few of them
ooh,
every day. It's like eating a whole bunch of oranges or bananas or, well, yeah, oranges or lemons or something. But
Miss.
if we can do that and everybody takes vitamins, imagine what we can do with total nutrition, condensing it into a tiny little thing, and just there you go every day. All of your health needs, your nutritional needs.
I think it would turn into something like fossil fuels, and like when you think of muscle cars, I think you're always going to have that portion of society that wants to sit down and have a steak dinner because they enjoy, the taste bud side of it and the
Sure,
thrill of it. Just like even if you tell somebody they could have the fastest electric car in the world, there's still going to be a majority of people that want that old muscle car that runs on gasoline.
sure, and I'll be one of them. I mean, I love a steak. I love a hamburger. I
Yeah.
love burger,
True.
chicken, whatever you name it. I'll eat it. But I would eat. I would be like, hey, that's cool. I'll eat that for fun and enjoyment. But if everybody can get the nutrition that they need to be healthy every day from a tiny little pill that the government can basically pay to manufacture and give everybody for free, why wouldn't we do that? It just seems like a
Oh,
no-brainer.
It's got to be a step up from government cheese.
Yeah, it would reduce it would reduce the cost of healthcare because we'd all be getting adequate nutrition. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that causes health problems is inadequate nutrition. So if you can get that every day, it's kind of an investment on the part of the government to make
Oh
that
yeah,
happen.
and hospitalizations, disease, all of those things. There's so much impact that's just on diet.
Yeah,
oh, oh,
so I would be all
oh,
for that. I mean, my daughter is already talking about that stuff. She's only 12, and she's been talking about creating stuff in the future where she, devising things in the future where she could help make that happen. And she's really into science. She's a scientist at heart, and I think science could actually devise something like that and make it really accessible to everybody for free. Doesn't seem impossible at all.
Well, it seems like the biggest issue we seem to have with just the food system that we have right now is transportation, getting it to the places it needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could literally figure that out, we have so much transportation going on, and we can't get. We have these like vegetable-free zones in inner cities and stuff like that, where the closest you can get to fresh vegetables are something in a can that's been there for who knows how long. I mean,
Yeah,
there are definitely some I don't know isolated places in the U.S. that don't seem to get good shipping when it comes to fresh vegetables. I
that is
mean,
true.
we have a bread basket in the U.S. and we very rarely use it.
That is true. So like, there's something we could work on as well. But I mean, you could basically use, for the most part, the pre-existing postal system to make most people have access to that, and you just work on improving the system so that everybody can have it. Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, imagine creating like a handful of factories just around the country, and then extend it to around the world. Even if you wanted to, you could. For that stuff to be manufactured regularly and just sent off to people. So you get a box at your door once a month or something, and it's your nutrition pills.
yeah. I think it would work a lot better than a stimulus package.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you could have both. Yeah.
well, I mean, I just feel like if you know the nutrition side's covered in a family,
Mm-hmm.
because I hate seeing people sell their food stamps or something like that online for money. Like I know that it's not going to an adequate place. The fact that you can go use your like food, at least in Illinois, I've noticed. I can't speak for other states, but you can go to a corner store and buy chips and a Monster Energy drink or a soda pop,
Mm-hmm.
and put it on your link card. Rather than like, what if they told you you could only get bread and vegetables and things that were actually had nutritional value to them?
Yeah.
Like that would be. I think that would change the game a little bit.
Yeah. Well, as we've talked about before, I'm all in favor of Bitcoin
Oh,
payment
Bitcoin.
to
Yeah.
everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, if everybody could have a Bitcoin wallet or address, there's absolutely no reason why they couldn't receive a regular Bitcoin payment
You
from
have.
like a
Sorry.
central
Yeah.
mining operation that the
Mm.
government could invest in and make happen. Um, it, it seems counter to what the purpose of Bitcoin is, I guess, but it would start people on the road to at least being self-sufficient financially and independent financially.
Mhm.
Uh, you, you you taught me a lot about Bitcoin.
Cool, that's awesome. That's one of my primary things is I want everybody to know about it because I think it's such an amazing thing, and
Mm,
it's really going to revolutionize the way money has been used against people. I mean, money's been weaponized against the entire population, so we need
mm,
to circumvent it. We need to get around it somehow.
mhm.
They're not, the people who control it are not going to change. They're just going to keep wanting to do things the same way. It's been happening for hundreds of years now, and these are generations of people that are all involved in the same method of doing business. So, I mean, we could have a war with them and kill them all and this kind of thing, but
Mm.
they've been trying to do that forever. So, and it doesn't work. So, what we got to do then is just circumvent it.
Well,
Just go
yeah,
around.
that's what it is. It's a slow process right now. It's a stranglehold that's just slowly getting a little stronger and a little stronger, and you're slowly losing a little bit of air. And then you realize your financial, if you're still based in that financial system, it's eventually going to die out, and you're going to have nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's
Um,
why we need to accept Bitcoin as a
that's
realistic
why.
alternative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get Bitcoin. Uh, I I would like to get some Bitcoin. Um,
Well, if I were the president, I would probably in the first few months, a few weeks even, taking care of a few other key important things. Um, get
Are you still are you still running for president, Michael?
I'm not doing it. I guess it's kind of weird. It's like
What do you mean?
I don't think I'm really going to have to do anything. Frankly, I think I'm just going to end up with the job somehow. But I'm just
So
going
this
to
is
help.
that's kind of what I was trying to explain to Andre. I'm convinced that you're not going to campaign because I think of campaigning and running as kind of the same thing. I do
Yeah,
think there's a possibility you could end up being president, and I think that you'd accept that position if it was offered to you. But I don't see you going out of your way and campaigning to win it.
yeah, yeah, that's basically how it's going to go. I think I'm not really going to try too hard because I think what a lot of candidates do is they put too much energy into the campaign and then they do nothing with the job. So I would like to just save my energy for the work, And so what I was saying is like the one of the first things I would do would be to make the government set up a a Bitcoin mining operation. I mean, we're going to be mining Bitcoin till 2140 anyway. It's a set date. It's not going to be finished until then. So we need to set up a gigantic mine, the biggest mine in the world, and it needs to belong to the American people, and everybody needs to get a wallet address and have it sent to a central database online or something, and we mine. And every time we get X amount of Bitcoin, we divvy it up between every person in the database. If you're in the database, you get paid. If you're not in the database, you don't get paid. So it will then incentivize, I think, people to actually embrace it and use it because it's yours. It's your money.
Well, yeah, that'd be a good way to distribute it equally too. Just to get back to the kid question, I had a question for you because a lot of people have been talking about Alexander Macintosh
Yeah.
becoming president in the future. Do you have a
Mm.
son named Alexander?
Yep. That's my 8-year-old boy.
Okay. For
Yeah,
some reason, I thought you had said he had a different name. I was confused earlier.
Nope. It's Alexander Michael Macintosh.
Oh, okay.
yeah. He's going to be president in 2052. Yeah.
And then CMG in the comments said, "My corner store just got a Bitcoin station and no one has used it yet. Maybe that's good. Maybe they're not supposed to be using it. Maybe they're supposed to be holding on to that Bitcoin and letting it grab some value first."
Yeah, is anybody buying? Not not even anybody's buying yet. I think probably the thing is that most people are too paranoid to actually go and use a machine still
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
because it does. If you're too active in the Bitcoin community, you immediately become a target. So I think the smart thing to do for a lot of people is just to get it, but keep it keep it on the DL. Keep it under wraps. Don't let anybody know. But
CMG was wondering how does one mine Bitcoin?
uh, I can show you if you want to wait just a moment.
Oh yeah, it's no hurry.
I,
Yeah,
I actually have a Bitcoin mining machine uh, right here. I can show it to you if you like. But
yeah. You're more than welcome to as long as you want to.
yeah, just a second. I'll go get it.
Okay. But yeah, I've always been told it's
Okay.
almost like your computer working for you and doing the mining. But I mean, I guarantee Michael can explain it a little bit better. He's going to go get his mining machine that he's referring to because somebody in the
Huh.
chat was asking, how does one mine Bitcoin? So he's going to give us a little
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. Sorry. I feel it makes me nervous again.
Oh no, you're
because
fine. You're doing fine, man.
because I'm just a big fan of Michael McIntosh, and of course I'm a big fan of you, Jacob. But like, it's like
Oh, I know. Michael's on a different level. No, I get it. That's why I was so excited to have Michael on when he first started becoming one of my guests. I love having Michael on. I've liked his story for a long time, and I'm glad I got to hear more about it.
Uh, I hope that he'll become the president. I actually hope. Because if he doesn't, then the whole timeline will fall. You know?
What if it just skips over and we just have to deal with Mike Pence for 4 to 8 years?
Oh well. Well, that means that the timeline have had fallen.
Yeah,
Here's my football.
your soccer ball.
Hey,
Okay, so that's the machine.
Yeah, it's about this size.
is that a time
Like it's
machine?
in person. It is not a time machine.
Hey,
It's
You just pull out the flux capacitor.
called
What is it called? Miner? Antiminer?
it's called an antminer.
Okay.
What it does is basically you plug it in and sync it up with what's called a mining pool online. The mining pool that I use is btc.com, and you sync it with that. And
um,
basically, you just leave it on, and it generates new Bitcoin.
Are we costing you money right now to have it over showing us?
I'm sorry?
Are we costing you money right now while you're showing it to us?
No, it's not. It hasn't been hooked up. Um,
Oh, okay.
it, it needs a little bit of tweaking, so I have to kind of open it up and poke around in it.
yeah.
And so, like, at what rate do those things work? Like what size fractions are you bringing in?
That particular machine is a very low rate. Um, so that one's you need a lot of those to generate a significant amount of Bitcoin. But the good thing about it, it only cost me about $300 for that machine. So it's kind of inexpensive to buy a lot of them. Um, but there are machines that generate. You can generate about $300 a day at this point with one single machine. Those machines are a little bit expensive. They can be as much as $50,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you get what you pay for with mining equipment, basically.
Mm.
So my thinking is that basically we buy instead of buying a new F-15 or 10 new F-15s, we take that money and we put it into Bitcoin miners and create a giant warehouse somewhere underground, if possible, in a bunker, so it's safe, um, and just mine Bitcoin all day. And
Well, that's why we would need you as a president, because every other president thinks we will still need to have like 30 times the largest military.
yeah,
So we need to stack up on F-15s and stealth bombers.
we don't need any
Yeah.
more F-15s. We need to pay people so that they don't need to be homeless and they can feed their kids and
Yeah.
get them to
Yeah.
school and this kind of stuff. These are real
Well, and
problems.
it's a reinvestment. It's not
Yeah,
like an F-15 that's not reinvesting. It's losing value while it sits there.
Oh,
right. Um, so, oh yeah,
But CMG was also asking, how do you get one?
how do you get a Bitcoin miner?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I can send you a website link if you want. It's asicminervalue.com. ASIC minervalue.com.
ACE, what is it?
ASIC, ASIC,
ASIC.com.
asicminervalue.com. It tells you
Value.
it tells you a list. It gives you a list of all of the currently available mining machines. and how much they cost, where you can get them, what what they generate each day, how
I'll
much
share the page
electricity.
here so people
Yeah,
can check it out.
yeah, it's really good. And you can get those machines from a lot of different places. So all of the vendors on that website are very reputable. They won't rip you off. There are a lot of scams in the mining selling industry, so you want to be careful not to buy anything from a seller that isn't reputable. And there are many of those, so you have to be really careful who you buy from. But all of the ones on that site are good. So
Oh yeah, they all kind of range around the $200 mark. The ones I'm seeing right now. Let's see.
the daily earnings.
Oh, that's their daily earnings. Oh, I might be reading it wrong here. Let me pull one up. You can tell me what I'm looking at here.
So let me click on that site as well. So I can basic miner. Here we go. Real-time mining hardware profitability. Okay. So it tells you the current price of the Bitcoin, which is currently now
Take a while
$48,000.
to load it.
Yep. This, you scroll down there and you see, you can get some that are,
Oh yeah,
some of them are losing money still because it costs more to operate them than the Bitcoin that it earns.
some of them
And
are actually losing money.
yeah, and the newer ones can make like
Is it coming
200.
up on your guys' thing? Can you guys see this?
But the good thing about that is, which when you scroll down, it shows you ones that are losing
What the
money.
heck?
All you have to do there is still just mine it and hold the Bitcoin, and that the more time passes that you've held it, it appreciates in value. So you actually make your money just by waiting a little bit. So it's nothing to do with. You don't really want to look at it on a day-to-day basis. That really work that way.
They don't want me sharing that information. Kicked me right off. That
Oh man,
was weird.
time travel.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I'm
Um,
proposing is that we get maybe thousands of those machines and just operate them, and that's a let's see, that's a that is an Antminer S9i. It only makes like a couple of bucks a day at this point. You can look it right up on there.
it, can I ask you a
So,
question, Mr.
and if we set it
Macintosh?
up so that we're not paying electrical costs, like say we power them by solar,
Oh yeah, that would be even better.
then that's even better, right?
Yeah.
We just get Elon Musk to build a Tesla solar farm next to our Bitcoin underground mining bunker. And then we could pay America, because America needs to get paid, basically.
Well, yeah, that'd be the way to do it. Get
Mhm.
it cost efficient where it's running itself, and then just get them generating money. What was your question, Andre?
Oh, my question is, um, do you remember those live streams that Michael Phillips used to do?
I'm sorry, which?
Do you remember those live streams that Michael Phillips u- u- used used to do?
Yeah, I do. I still have them saved, actually.
Very cool. Um, I remember one time Michael Phillips said that he time traveled to the year 2021 to see you,
Hmm.
but I don't know if that actually happened. Did it actually happen?
Oh, yeah. Um, We did meet, actually.
Really, holy crap. Well,
It actually did
um,
happen. It wasn't. Let's see. So what happened was I actually went from 2021 to a different year where he was. So he was meeting
yeah,
2021 me, and it would I think it was probably like 1997 or 8, somewhere around there.
yeah,
And there was a party, and I went to the party, and he was there.
yeah.
And there was a
Was it
bunch of other people there who were
time travelers?
involved in time travel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
One of them was my wife, so that was kind of weird.
yeah. She will be the president in 2076, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool, cool. Um,
According to what I've seen.
yeah. Um, yeah.
And
Doesn't sound CMG like they cost hundreds or tens of thousands. Sounds like they're pretty affordable. If you got that one at like 300, like so,
yeah,
what was the rate that yours processes at a day? It's not as high as those other ones, then, right? The ones we were
no,
looking at. It's like
let me find out the one that I have here. Minus S9. That makes S9I. Okay, that one only makes 53 cents a day.
it's
Kernel.
something.
Now, the problem there is we're measuring it in cents. So, but what it actually does is it generates like 3,000 satoshis every day, which satoshis are fractions of a Bitcoin.
So
Um,
if it stays at that same rate, then the value will go up over time as long as satoshis go up in value.
yeah, and I think a satoshi will eventually be equal to a dollar. So it's kind of like generating in the future. It'll be like generating thousands of dollars a day with a $300 machine. You see.
Mm,
So as a satoshi appreciates in value, the more that we use Bitcoin and accept Bitcoin, which will happen. I mean, a single Bitcoin will be worth likely $1 million in, I think, under 5 years, frankly.
It's a very short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely
mm,
short. So if you're thinking ahead in this community, it's very very feasible and very very affordable. The problem is that people are against it because they want to continue with the current financial system and continue operating things the way they've been operated. But they can't really stop it if we get together and we all know about it and learn about it and decide to use it instead of their system. We just circumvent it rather than letting them tell us what to do. We just do what we do.
Well, yeah, and I feel like the powers that be are going to want to keep the same system, and they're going to want to convince you that it's a good system
Yeah,
because they're the only ones profiting off of it. So
of
they want to
course.
keep you in the dead end system as long as they can.
Right, but I'm already out of it. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
I've been in Bitcoin since 2017.
yeah. I'm speaking from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah,
The ones that haven't joined into the loop yet.
yeah. I'm out of their system. I mean, I don't see it as feasible. I see it as a dead end system that's designed to control people and force them to do things that they don't want to do and participate in things that they don't want to participate in. And I know that's how it's worked. Um, I'm here to say that it doesn't have to work that way anymore, and we don't need to do that. We can choose an alternative, and Bitcoin is that alternative. We don't need to fight a war with them. We don't need to stop them. We just need to not use their system because we have another one and it's better. It's very simple, but we have to choose it. You know, it's not. I mean, we could put people in office who are going to want to use it as well. We can do like El Salvador did and put a president in who wants to use Bitcoin as the national currency instead of the United States dollar. People in El Salvador are doing really well because they switched over to Bitcoin. Like they're all getting rich. You
Do you
know?
think that's what? Do you think that's what China will do eventually? Get a well, not a global, but a universal system that mines for them.
I think if they do, that would be good for China. You know, I mean, I think if China's going to become eventually a free country, then they're going to have to do something like that because they're too controlled financially.
Or do you think they'll, keep themselves in the power position with it?
I don't know. There's so many Chinese people using Bitcoin now. It's kind of inevitable that the people are just going to switch over to it, regardless of what the government tries to do, and
Okay.
that's all good. I mean, good for them. It'll help their country become an actual free country. Um,
So what's the regulation on it right now in China? Isn't cryptocurrency in general kind of like illegal or banned or what?
I think, I'm not sure. Did they ban Bitcoin mining in China? I mean, I'm not sure. I think they tried to ban it, but they can't really do anything about it. Even if they ban it, people are still mining it. There are many, many mining operations in China that are huge, and the government can't do anything about them. It's just kind of like it's like they're in hiding, but they're still mining. And even if the government had a huge crackdown on Chinese Bitcoin mining, they would just move out of China. They've already done. A lot of them have already done that. They've moved to the United States even, and they're mining. They're getting wealthier.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and you could still live in China and just be mining elsewhere. I
right.
mean,
And so it's kind of unstoppable. It's like trying to regulate guns. You can't. It doesn't work. Like people are always going to get them. You know, It's like trying to regulate the ocean or oxygen or something. It's just not really feasible. So I mean, you want to make it easier. You want to put people into the who are actually for it and who want to use it, want everybody to use it because it breaks us out of that system that is forcing young people to get jobs in the army and go kill people in Afghanistan or Iraq or Vietnam or Korea or Germany or you name it. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
it destroys that system. So it just
Well,
seems like
do you think it'll create a chase for another system? Like how I mean, because that's what I think most of our wars are based in is profit. I
uh,
mean, do you think it would just put another profit margin on what war could be?
I think with Bitcoin it's special because it's decentralized. So it's not there's not a central regulatory body that governs the entire system. So it just doesn't like if you're willing to put in the work yourself and mine Bitcoin, then you can have Bitcoin and be financially independent and free. Um,
But what if it's like a government that's establishing it? Like I think you're the one who told me that the Chinese government had actually purchased a large amount of Bitcoin.
yeah, well, I mean they're going to need some, but it's not like there's only so much a government can do with this system because they can't use it to control people. Um, it's just not possible. I mean, you can, like, for instance, and we'll take, for example, the dollar, because this is what I know best. If the government says you don't do this job, this job, this job, this job, this job for money, you can't have any money, then they have a huge impact on that. your ability to make money because
Yeah.
they're dealing with the uh, the Federal Reserve System, and the Federal Reserve can basically tell the government what to do a lot of the time, and depending on how much of a backbone the president has or whoever, they're going to kowtow to the Federal Reserve a lot of the time, um, and that has a massive impact on the people. But with Bitcoin, that's just not even possible because you can have Bitcoin even if the government doesn't want you to. Um,
I always felt like the Federal Reserve lost a lot of their backbone when we came became off of the gold standard. I felt like that's when when everything was digitalized, but then wasn't backed. I felt like that was the biggest strike to the financial system.
mhm.
Besides the things going on with like Fort Knox and stuff like that, if you're taking off the gold standard, I feel like what backing does your financial system really have?
Yeah, none. It's just backed by brute force at this point.
Yeah.
And if you don't cave into that iron will, then you're out in the cold. Unless you choose an alternative or find an alternative. And what I'm saying is Bitcoin is that alternative. You can have Bitcoin even if the government doesn't want you to. Look, for example, at China, where the Chinese government are pretty set against Bitcoin, but people are still mining it even in China. And they're wealthy, you know, like they can't stop it. Like you can have ten really good mining machines in the closet in your bedroom, and no one would ever know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
So, so, but to better that, what I'm saying is that we need to make sure that people in the government and who we put in power are actually going to be in favor of that happening and not going to bother you for doing that, and are in fact even going to help you by creating initiatives that make the government give you money, give you Bitcoin, so that they're going to be the government's going to be too busy doing that to try to manipulate you into doing their bidding for money,
This is
for the dollar. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like,
this is this is why you are the best president America have ever had.
well,
You're number one.
I'm just a guy in a room right now. It's only 2021, but I have thought about this and thought about it at great length and
It,
thought ahead, like what would happen if I,
yeah,
what could happen, what would happen,
it,
and what
the
what would
things
happen if
that
I
you
didn't.
say
Like,
make so much sense. Like
yeah, I know, and
like
I just I look at it. It's like, well, I wish this stuff had existed when I was a kid, because
yeah,
like
bigger yeah
the stuff
because
that
the government they don't care about anyone. They only care about themselves. Mm, You
unfortunately a
know?
lot of them are like that, and the ones that do care don't really have a lot of way to help people. A lot of the time, they're not really able to help people,
Yeah,
but we do have ways, and
yeah,
this is one of them.
yeah. One of them out of the thousands, I
This little
guess,
box
or
here is a way to
millions.
help people. Check it out. It's just it's called an ASIC miner. It's a application specific integrated circuit. It's actually a computer,
Okay?
but it's
Do you think people will start developing a platform where they can send viruses to those type of machines?
where they can what? They can.
Send viruses or something like that to those type of machines?
Um, I suppose people could try to do that, but
Hello, Zachary Tim.
just requires
How are you?
Exactly.
some maintenance or supervision to make it actually work. Like if you have a
Can
mining rig
Hello
in
there.
your house or something,
Hello
Can
there.
you hear us, Zachary?
Yes.
Can you hear us? Sorry?
Well, welcome. It's nice to have you on. I appreciate you popping through. But yeah, no, I was because I was wondering if they could track like all those machines working. If somebody had a good mining operation going, if they could track like the output um, from from your location. I mean, they can do flyovers right now and see if somebody has a grow house. I
Well,
just from a heat signature. I just feel like with everything on the internet, it definitely has a trail. So I do feel like they could attack mining systems.
yeah, there are ways to conceal it though. You can get like internet protocol, like IP scramblers. You can conceal what you're doing um, and hide it from anyone trying to find out what you're doing. No one ever
Okay.
has to know. You know what I mean? You could have 30 of these under your bed, and no one would ever know. You know what I'm saying?
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you, Zachary Kim. To finally see the man behind the mask. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Hello there.
I'm doing good.
Good to hear. I'm glad you were able to come up.
Yeah, man. They say, Zachary, you know so much about Apex.
Yeah, I
Apex.
do.
You know? Like, yeah. Like, I know a lot about Apex too, but you were like me and you were like, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, it's good to have someone like that,
Hmm.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
I have a lot of questions about Apex TV.
yeah.
You do?
I know who he is
Yeah.
actually.
Do you know?
Un-
I
Do
know
you
who
know
he is.
Do
unleash
you know
the
who he
question.
is?
who is
Sorry?
Apex TV?
Sorry?
Who's Apex TV? Who is Apex? I want to
His
know.
name is Matt Pye. He has another YouTube channel called Make Money Matt. He has another YouTube channel where he actually shows his face, and you can hear that it is actually Apex. Like, it's amazing. When I first saw him, I was like, "Oh my god,
Hmm.
this is Apex!" And n- no one, no one knows about it. What am I
Yeah.
going to do with this information? Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Zachary Kim, is that who you think Apex is, or have you? Do you
I
know
mean,
who Apex is?
type him
Um,
in,
Not really.
and hey, exactly, type in the on YouTube, make
I've
money,
seen. I think I've seen the link. I think Andre sent it
Matt.
to me before.
Sorry,
I think you sent me the link before to check out the
yeah,
Make Money Mac or
yeah, that's his. That is his name. Um,
okay,
Matt, make money, Matt. So
gotcha.
type
You know,
in
a
that
lot of
on
a lot
YouTube.
of people will talk negatively about, say, the United States government giving every American Bitcoin on a regular basis. They'll say, "Oh, this is communism or socialism or whatever." Um,
Make money, make money.
I don't
Are you
know.
happy? I mean, are you happy,
Why? Why? Sorry, I couldn't.
Zachary?
I couldn't. I couldn't hear
Are
Michael's
you happy?
question. Would you say a lot of
Yeah,
people
go.
would?
But I was going to say a lot of people will talk negatively about the U.S. government creating an initiative to give every U.S. citizen and legal alien resident, legal person, um, a Bitcoin stipend, basically, on a regular basis. They'll say it's communism or socialism or whatever. Um, I would like to ask them, do they have any other good ideas as far as how can we end homelessness in San Francisco and uh, you know, rebuild Baltimore or Detroit or Philadelphia or fix the roads in New York City? Like what other ideas do they have as far as how we can get
I
the
mean,
money?
I don't think they have any other ones. They want to keep beating the dead horse until they can get some
Right.
money out of it.
Right. So how are we gonna pay for these things? Are we gonna just send young people off to war so that the Federal Reserve will continue giving us manufactured printed money that was nothing? Is that a better idea somehow? Because that to me seems like we still have a monarchy basically. So would they rather have a monarchy still, or would they rather something that actually works for people?
I mean, I think the illusion is think it's a democracy while we do other things in front of you.
So, so they're basically operating like it's a monarchy, which is
Well, you
not
know what I
fair.
mean? They want the public to think they're in a democracy. They want to think that
Yeah.
their vote is going to make a difference, and that the only ideas that they have are the two shiniest turds that they present in front of you. It's never as simple as it seems. I don't think.
And so what better ideas do they have? I mean, didn't we have a revolution about that in 1776? And you know, since we already did that, why do they still want things to operate like a monarchy? What's wrong with these
Mm.
people?
I don't know why
So,
they would want it.
so my proposal is just that rather than using the system to exploit people, why don't we use it to actually help people and help our country? It seems logical.
Well, yeah, get people out of homelessness, get more people
Oh,
working, get more people bettering society. I think those are all things that would make us, better as a humanity, rather than being at war over money
Yeah,
and power and oil and whatever else.
yeah. I mean, how long were we in Iraq for? How long was the Iraq War?
Have we left yet?
Not really. It's still kind of going on.
Yeah, no. There's still we still have bases
really?
established there, and still drama.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean, Biden says it's over, but I guarantee you it isn't. You know,
We've
I'm
pulled
going on
back at least.
2003,
That,
so it's nearly 20 years now. Going on 20 years.
Yeah. Well,
It's kind of
some
like,
would claim it's even over a false flag, narrative.
yeah, it's kind of like remember Obama said that Guantanamo Bay was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was never closed.
I think they doubled. I think they doubled the cells during the time he was saying it was actually being closed.
Yep. Um, so you can always trust the Democrats to do what they say they're doing, I guess. Right?
Yeah, that, and you can always trust a Republican to take the
yep.
financial gain from either side.
Yep. I remember
Yeah, and I guess that's where I kind of am really neither. I mean, I'm not really either.
my name is
So
Alexander
that's it.
Smith.
Completely.
I was a part of
I
a
think
time
Zachary Kim had
travel.
a Zachary Kim typed a question into the private chat. It says, "Remember, you hoped what Alexander Smith said about the borders." Are you talking to me, Zachary, or were you talking to Michael? I wasn't sure. It's going in the private chat. I can't see it on the public one. Let's see here. Yes, to me.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I do think when we get to a place where we don't have to worry about borders as much, I think we'll be at a better place. But I think what you have to have this financial freedom that Michael's talking about to even get to that. Because right now we're too worried about what they're doing across the border,
Oh, damn
and
it.
they're too worried about what we're doing.
Yeah, financial freedom is a huge key to all of this. And when we get to a situation where people are basically stuck in a single geographic location because of money, where they can take their money across borders, across the world, because it's in the internet and it's
Mm.
Bitcoin. And we're not really going to need to think about, like, how are we going to keep people from invading the southern border or whatever, because they're not, you know, if it's happening in America, it's going to happen around the world, you know. Like,
Yeah.
there's a saying, when America sneezes, the world passes the cold, right? So it's kind of like when we do something, everybody else will do the same thing.
Oh yeah, it does. It does have a trickle down effect. There's a lot of
Oh,
new fads that develop in the U.S. that tend to spread, but I don't know. I think there's also old customs that we bring from other places to the U.S. That's part of the U.S. being a melting pot as well.
yeah, well, that's for sure.
Oh, wait,
But it's also, you know, when we do something, everybody else picks up on it, even if we got it from somewhere else, you know. So it's just how it is. Um, so it's like we could copy El Salvador, but if we're doing it, everybody else is going to copy us.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael,
Yeah.
do you remember Junior Oliver Beck?
I'm
Yes.
sorry?
Yeah, Junior Junior Oliver.
The
Yeah,
56
Do you know?
POTUS he's talking about.
I do know who
Sorry.
that is.
Yes.
Can't really talk about him too much because he's still a
Yeah,
baby.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been watching you on Jacob
Mhm.
Wars show, and Zachary been trying to ask you like where he was born and stuff, and
Yeah.
you
Well,
cannot
I can tell you
say
he
where
was
he was
born
born.
in.
Yeah, Apex was actually looking for information about him.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can
well,
tell you that he was born in California.
I was about to say that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't about to say that because I didn't know if you if you were okay if people knew about Junior Oliver Beck
But
where he was born
yeah,
at, because
he
for
he,
his for
yeah,
his for Junior Oliver Beck's safety.
he
So
could be living anywhere now. You know, I mean, he could be living anywhere at this point, anywhere in the
yeah,
world. Um, and California is a really big place, so it's
yeah,
unlikely that
yeah,
it would be a problem.
and then
But
yeah, and a
um,
10.2 magnitude earthquake will happen there. So
so he could be anywhere. If that's the real thing, he could be anywhere at this
yeah,
point. Um,
yeah, he was
but yeah, I did.
born in California.
I actually talked to the nurse who delivered him,
Yeah, I heard about that. He was
and
saying that on
I know where
Jacob.
his I do
Huh?
know where his parents were working. His parents actually work for the government. Um,
Wow.
so yeah,
A like a certain branch, or are they just like in the political system in general?
um, I think that might be giving away too much information, honestly.
Well,
Yeah,
since you're giving out all the information today, where was that meeting at?
Which meeting?
The meeting.
the
The
meaning.
with Michael Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't divulge that either.
Still can't divulge that one. Gosh, I'm still waiting for that
Yeah,
one. One of these days.
time travel boy. Time
That's
travel.
that's all top secret stuff for now,
Yep,
unfortunately.
yep.
It's not that it's not that I don't trust people, but I just don't trust people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael, imagine your kid meeting Michael Phillips. Yeah.
yeah, he said,
Oh,
Michael, imagine your kids met Michael Phillips.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they might. I don't know. My kids are right here. You guys want to meet them? They want.
Yeah,
My wife's my
everybody
wife's
just everybody just got really nervous. Yes, I think they would love to meet your they would love to meet your kids if you're willing to.
my wife is right over there. You can say hi to her if you want. You want to say hi? Okay, she doesn't even want to say hi.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem.
You want to ask anything like this? Okay. Oh. Yeah, she's a little shy right now,
That's all right.
but I guess she's going to have to get used to talking to people at some point because apparently she's going to end up being the president.
Yeah, she's got future concerns to worry about. Got to open up socially. No, I'm just joshing you. Terry said, I think it's safe to say that their meeting was not a at Stephen Hawking's time travel meeting at Cambridge. I don't think anybody showed up.
Which Cambridge?
The one that didn't you remember the one that Stephen Hawking talked about? He had a time traveler meeting, and he made it public, and he said nobody ever showed up. Like set a date and a time.
Yeah, that's it's a Stephen Hawking party. I mean, come on.
How lively could it be?
I had a
Oh.
dream once where I was in a time traveler meeting.
You were which? You want to say hi? You can say hello. Go say hello. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, my daughter wants to say hi. She's right here.
Okay.
Say hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for stopping in. How are you doing tonight, where you're at? Having a good day? Good to hear.
She's doing remote learning at the moment with
Oh,
the
wow.
school,
Cool.
with their school in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my daughter just got done doing the remote learning, so it's always tough. I feel like it takes a little while to get used to.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat just said, "Hi, Emily. Nice to meet you."
So Emmeline is the future scientist, I think, who's going to develop free food for everybody.
In pill form, make it easy to ship.
And make it easy to get all of your nutrition in just a tiny little pill.
Oh, so now you're just showing off all those extra vitamins. Your body's just gonna get rid of those.
Well, I look at it this way: it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
This is true. So Zachary said he had a dream that I was in a time travel meeting. I was with Michael Macintosh in person, as well as Michael Phillips, Alexander Smith, James Oliver, and James from 2028.
Wow.
I also was with some friends too. All right, Zachary, maybe I need to ask you, where is this location? Apparently, I'm asking the wrong person.
This little girl is going to MIT.
Don't remember. All
when
right,
she moves up.
MIT. Oh, nice.
Cool. I would have said that.
That we prefer that Cambridge.
You take that over Cambridge?
Well, that's the real Cambridge.
I thought it was the old school English Cambridge was the original.
That was named after the one next to Boston.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, we always do things first, and they just take credit for it. That's how it is.
Oh okay.
I mean, did you know, for instance, that you know how English people say things like "ca" and "door" and they drop their R's, right?
Yeah.
Boston people have been doing that since the the 1600s.
Boston people from the 1600s.
But Boston people have been doing that since before English people.
I didn't know there was that many Boston people in the 1600s.
Well, yeah, there were. Boston was founded in 1620.
What are we talking about right now? Are you rewriting history in my head for me?
No, we're talking about how English people copy America and then pretend that they came up with it.
But I thought we were supposed to assume that British people are smarter than us because they drink tea and they have a queen.
Yeah, we are supposed to, but that's not how it is. Like Boston people have been saying, "Park the car in the Harvard yard"
And
for a
happy
while.
dad.
Harvard Square. Well, not the car because we didn't have cars until later, but um, yeah, we've been dropping our R's since before English people, but they copied Boston.
I just got my hair cut at the barber the other day.
Baba.
Oh. But I hate to do this to you guys. I actually have to wrap up pretty soon. I gotta go help finish dinner and get ready for dinner here. But I'll get Zachary's last question. He said Casper from 2075 talked in Eastern European accent. Oh, okay.
That actually makes sense because we're actually becoming much closer with Europe now that um, communism is dead.
Hello.
Like I'm over here in Western Europe right now, but I'm meeting people from like Poland and Lithuania and Eastern Europe, even Russian, like Eastern European places. And it's kind of all opening up, and they like America. We like them.
USA.
What's surprising? I didn't think that many people liked America. I think
No,
that's
they do.
the ideology.
Everyone
that
loves America in general.
They do, and
That's why.
they're glad that communism is dead, and they want to be more like us.
Yeah.
So
They
by that point,
they
by 2075, I think it will all be kind of open, and we'll be living and working in Europe, and they'll be living and working in North America, and there'll be a lot more of a melting pot culture,
would be nice.
like transcontinentally. It makes sense. I can see it. I
They
mean,
yeah.
I guess it's
Imagine
about
Michael Phelps was on the show.
Well,
Oh,
say
yeah.
that again, guys. I could bear. You guys are,
if Michael Phelps came on the show.
That'd be crazy.
that would be amazing. You guys gotta hook me up with Michael Phillips. I don't know how to reach out to Michael Phillips.
He's probably back in 2076.
Maybe he's supposed to pop on here and talk to Michael Macintosh, and we're supposed to get these things figured out. What if I already know where the meeting's going to be, and I just haven't experienced it yet?
That wouldn't surprise me.
What?
No.
You're just confusing me, damn it. Oh.
Yeah. The United States of America is not a democracy. It is a constitutional republic.
Constitutional Republic? Yeah.
Yes.
It's democratic.
Yes, and I got that from Michael Macintosh because he made a YouTube video probably like 2 years ago, and I always remember it. So yeah.
Well, it should be democratic, but instead we get rigged elections. And anyway, we can't talk about that.
No, can't talk about that. Not this rigged election. You can talk about the last rigged election, but you can't talk about the current one.
Right.
They're okay with it. They're okay with it as long as it fits the narrative.
Well, notice I didn't mention any specific rigged elections, just rigged elections. So
Well, that's why I always say like we've had rigged elections forever, and we just complained about like certain ones. Like
yeah,
there's always been and it's public knowledge. There's always a certain percentage of votes that are just messed up, and we know it happens. And it's like, okay, we can acknowledge that, but we can't acknowledge other things. It's interesting.
Mm.
It's when you get too specific.
Yeah, i-
I was
in
talking about
the
the Bush elections, by the way.
You were talking about what?
I was talking about Bush, by the way.
Oh man, Florida's still counting votes down there.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the original timeline, of course, before Michael Phillips came here and changed everything, but in the original timeline, when Donald was re-elected, he was actually versing Bernie Sanders,
Uh,
except for
Bernie Sanders.
Remember how I said about that video, the that from Michael Phillips, the 8-minute one where he said about
yeah,
him changing the. Do you remember I said
yeah,
about about when he said there's that the COVID came from him from stopping World War III in that
Yeah,
video?
yes, he did.
I always think it's interesting that he takes credit for the COVID-19 pandemic. I think that's an interesting thing to put on your shoulders as a time traveler.
Imagine the
I
news
take no
found out about
responsibility
this.
for anything.
Yeah, and
What's that?
you
I
actually,
Imagine
take no responsibility for anything.
You do you take no responsibility for anything?
yeah,
Well, on that note,
because
guys, Andre, I actually have to wrap it up here.
Yep.
I tried to give
all right,
a little 5 minute warning, but you had popped off.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have to set up something soon. Live
Okay.
well and prosper,
you
everyone.
guys,
And thank you guys for joining in tonight. I appreciate it.
it's good to see you again, Jacob.
You guys.
It's good to talk to you, Mr. Uh, M- Macintosh.
Oh,
I am a
okay.
big fan, and so as Zachary, he is a big fan. I can tell.
Well, cool. I'm a
But
fan of you guys as well.
well, yeah, hopefully the timeline will go back to normal. Hopefully, and yeah, it's good to talk to you, Michael Macintosh. It is also good to see you, Zachary Kim, and yeah, hopefully we will see each other again. And
Mhm.
yeah,
All right. Well, thank you very much, Andre, and thank you again, Zachary Kim. You
thank
guys have
you,
a good rest of your day. I appreciate it.
thank
Good
you,
night,
thank you.
everybody.
Peace out.
you too.
Have a good one.